Let's take up this question. Further reaction 2Cl gas gives you Cl2 gas. What are the signs of delta H and delta S? Means whether the heat is released or absorbed in the process and whether the entropy or disorder is increasing or decreasing. How we find out? In the given reaction there are only formation of bonds, that is between two Cl atom bond will be formed. There is no breaking of bond. If only formation of bond is taking place, it means energy is released and delta H is negative. Now, two moles of atoms have greater randomness or disorder because they were free to move, whereas one mole of molecules are formed which have less freedom or less randomness or less disorder. So randomness is decreasing, therefore delta S is negative. This is the way of solving such questions. Let us take this question. For the reaction 2A plus B gives you 2D gaseous state, all are gaseous state. Delta U is given minus 10.5 kilojoules and delta S standard is given minus 44.1 joules per Kelvin per mole. Calculate delta G standard for the reaction and predict whether the reaction may occur spontaneously or not. The first thing is we have to find out delta N of gaseous state. Delta N means change in gaseous products minus number of gaseous moles of gaseous reactants. Number of moles of gaseous products are 2 minus number of moles of gaseous reactants are 3. So delta N comes out to be minus 1. We want to change delta U to delta H. So the formula will be delta H standard is equal to delta U standard plus delta N gaseous into RT. Delta U is given to be minus 10.5 kilojoules. Delta N has come out to be minus 1. 8.314 is the value of R in joules. We want in kilojoules, so multiply with 10 to the power minus 3 kilojoules into temperature 298 Kelvin. Delta U was minus 10.5 and here on multiplication we will get minus 2.48. So the net result will be minus 12.98 kilojoules. Now we apply Gibbs-Helmholtz equation. Delta G standard is equal to delta H minus T delta S standard. Delta H we have got minus 12.98 kilojoules minus 298 minus 44.1 was joules. It is to be converted into kilojoules. So multiply it with 10 to the power minus 3 kilojoules. Here we get delta G is equal to minus 12.98 kilojoules plus 13.14 kilojoules. Net answer comes out to be 0.16 kilojoules. The value of delta G is positive. It means the reaction will not occur spontaneously. Reaction occurs spontaneously only if delta G is negative. If it is positive, then reaction will not take place spontaneously at 298 Kelvin. Next question we are going to take up. The equilibrium constant for reaction is 10. What will be the value of delta G standard? R is 8.314 joules per Kelvin per mole. Temperature is 300 Kelvin. This simple question, delta G standard is equal to minus 2.303 RT log K minus 2.303 into 8.314 joules per Kelvin per mole. Temperature is 300 Kelvin into log 10. Log 10 is 1. So the delta G comes out to be minus 5744.1 joules. Here delta G is coming out to be negative. It means reaction will be spontaneous. Let us take up the question, calculate the entropy change in the surroundings when 1 mole of water liquid is formed under standard conditions. Delta H of formation, that is enthalpy of formation of water, is minus 286 kilojoules per mole. First step is to write correct equation, balanced equation. H2 gas plus half O2 gas gives you water liquid and heat of formation for water is minus 286 kilojoules per mole. This means that when 1 mole of water liquid is formed, 286 kilojoules of heat is released. This heat is absorbed by the surroundings. Now, whenever exothermic process takes place, the heat is released in the surroundings and temperature of the surrounding also increased. So, the heat of surrounding represented by Q surrounding will be equal to plus 286 kilojoules per mole. We want to find out delta S of surroundings, which will be equal to Q of surroundings divided by temperature. Q of surrounding will come out to be 286 kilojoules per mole. and temperature is 298 Kelvin. On division we'll get 0.9597 kilojoules per Kelvin per mole. We can also write it as 959.7 joules per Kelvin per mole. This is the entropy change in surroundings, which will have positive value. Next question we are going to take up: the combustion of 1 mole of benzene takes place at 298 Kelvin and 1 atmospheric pressure. After combustion, CO2 gas and water liquid are produced and 3267 kilojoules of heat is liberated. In all combustion reaction, heat is liberated and they are exothermic processes. Calculate the standard enthalpy of formation of benzene. We are also given standard enthalpies of formation of CO2 gas, which is minus 93.5 kilojoules per mole. Water liquid is minus 285.83 kilojoules per mole respectively. The way of doing it, first we write target equation, that is the formation of benzene. Formation of benzene takes place from the elements carbon, graphite, hydrogen gas and benzene C6H6 liquid is formed. So balance 6 carbon graphite plus 3 hydrogen gas gives you C6H6 liquid. We have to find out heat of formation of benzene means delta H of this reaction. We are given enthalpy of combustion of 1 mole of benzene, that is C6H6 liquid plus 15 by 2 O2 gas. Now here fractions are allowed because we have to keep benzene as 1 mole. 6 CO2 gas will be formed plus 3 water liquid will be formed, and delta H of combustion is given to be minus 3267 kilojoules per mole. This minus we have added ourselves because all combustions are exothermic process and delta H is negative. So be careful to add minus in heat of combustion. The enthalpy of formation of 1 mole of CO2 is given to be minus 393.5 kilojoules per mole. So we write carbon graphite plus oxygen gas gives you CO2 gas, and delta H of formation is minus 393.5 kilojoules per mole. Enthalpy of formation of 1 mole of water is given, so we'll take H2 gas plus half O2 gas to gives you water liquid. Half O2 we have put because we want only 1 mole of water to be formed, and heat of formation is given minus 285.83 kilojoules per mole. Now we are going to multiply equation 3 by 6. Why we want 6? Because for benzene we need 6 moles of graphite, carbon graphite. And fourth equation we want to multiply by 3. Why 3? Because we need 3 moles of hydrogen for formation of benzene. So when you multiply the equation 3 by 6, we get 6C plus graphite plus 6 O2 gas gives you 6 CO2 gas. Be careful, delta H also has to be multiplied by 6 and we will get minus 2361 kilojoules for 6 moles, but we write per mole. 3 H2 gas plus 3 by 2 O2 gas gives you 3 water liquid. Delta H will be, again you have to multiply minus 285.83 with the 3, so you will get minus 857.49 kilojoules per mole. Now we are going to add these two equations. When you add these two equations, we get 6 carbon graphite plus 3 hydrogen gas plus 15 by 2 O2 gives you 6 CO2 plus 3 water liquid, and net delta H will be equal to minus 3218.49 kilojoules per mole. We want to reverse this equation. Why we want to reverse this equation? Because we want formation of, this is reversing equation second. Why we want to reverse equation second? Because we want benzene on right hand side, because we want to calculate enthalpy of formation of benzene. So this reversing is must. And when you reverse this equation, don't forget the sign of delta H will become positive, because earlier it was negative, now it will become positive. Now observe these two equations very carefully. If you observe these equations, when you add these two equations, what we will get, this 6 CO2 will get cancelled with the 6 CO2 here. 3 water liquid will get cancelled with the 3 water here. 15 O2 here will get cancelled with 15 O2 here because they are on opposite side. So the net equation we get is 6C graphite plus 3 hydrogen gas plus 3 hydrogen gas, and from here we get C6H6 liquid. And delta H, when you calculate the difference between these two, the net result comes out to be 48.51 kilojoules per mole. So heat of formation of benzene is positive, means it is a endothermic process. Next question we are taking, predict in which of the following the entropy increases or decreases. The first is a liquid crystallizes into solid. Crystallization reduces randomness or disorder. Therefore, whenever crystallization will take place, entropy will decrease. That is the first point. Second, temperature of the crystalline solid is raised from 0 Kelvin to 115 Kelvin. Now, when temperature is increased, entropy will increase. Why entropy will increase? Because disorder will increase or randomness will increase, and the position of particles in solids will change. There will be some movement, there may be some movement of particles, therefore entropy is increasing in the second case. In the third case, we have 2 sodium bicarbonate solid gives you sodium carbonate solid plus CO2 gas plus water gas. Here one solid is changing to one solid and 2 moles of gases, therefore entropy is increasing. And fourth part, H2 gas is changing to 2H gas. It means bond is being broken and this hydrogen atoms are free to move. That is, they have more disorder or more randomness, means entropy is increasing. So here in third and fourth part, in third part entropy is increasing because solid is changing into solid and 2 gases. Whereas in fourth part entropy is increasing because H2 molecule is changing to 2 moles of hydrogen atoms which have more entropy or more randomness. Next question we are going to take up, which is based on second law of thermodynamics. For oxidation of iron, 4 iron solid plus 3 O2 gas gives you 2 Fe2O3 solid. Entropy change is 549.4 joules per Kelvin per mole at 298 Kelvin. In spite of the negative entropy of this reaction, why is this reaction spontaneous? This we will explain with the help of second law of thermodynamics. Here heat of reaction is given minus 1648 into 10 to the power 3 joules per mole. So the first we will find out delta S total. Delta S total means delta S universe, and delta S universe is delta S system plus delta S surrounding. For calculating delta S of surrounding, we have to consider the heat absorbed by the surrounding, which is equal to minus heat of the reaction. Whatever heat of the reaction is given, if we do minus heat of reaction, it becomes enthalpy of surroundings. So at temperature T, entropy change in the surroundings will be equal to delta S surrounding is equal to minus heat of reaction divided by temperature at constant pressure. Minus 1648 into 10 to the power 3 joules per mole divided by 298 Kelvin. This comes out to be 5530 joules per Kelvin per mole. So we find total entropy change for this reaction 5530 joules per Kelvin per mole plus minus 549.4 joules per Kelvin per mole. The net comes out to be 4980.6 joules per Kelvin per mole. This shows that the above reaction is spontaneous.